The month-long electoral battle to win Uttar Pradesh kick-starts with voting in 58 assembly seats in the first of the 7-phase elections today. Now, the first phase of voting, covering 11 districts of western UP, will be crucial for the Yogi Adityanath-led ruling BJP, as the Saffron Party has made a clean sweep in the region in the 2017 elections. Voting begins today, which has kick-started at 7 a.m. Republic TV is the channel covering you and getting you the latest on ground from all the poll-bound states. Beginning today with Uttar Pradesh, the nearly month-long electoral battle in the states will see a 7-phase elections. Well, we have our reporters lined up covering and getting you all the latest on ground from poll-bound UP. Piyush Mishra reporting live from Lucknow near the Vidhan Sabha now. Piyush, take us through the early voting right now. What are the numbers?
Well, Crispino, voting is basically taking place in western Uttar Pradesh at 11 districts at 58 seats. But if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, I am right now in political capital of Uttar Pradesh. If we talk about BJP's performance in last assembly elections in 2017, BJP was able to bag around 312 seats and swept the elections with majority. If we talk about it, in this time elections, BJP is hoping to win more than 300 seats. This is what the BJP has claimed. Though voting has kick-started there at 58 seats in 11 districts. I would like to show you a very interesting picture. I would ask my video journalist Anil to show you a picture. Right now, I'm standing right in front of Bharatiya Janata Party state headquarters, and just 100 feet away from this BJP office, that's the Vidhan Sabha gate number 1. Last time, BJP was able to enter and walk in this Vidhan Sabha with more than 300 seats. This time, it will be very interesting to see if BJP will be able to win the elections and again be able to walk inside this gate and form the government with its chief minister. So, very interesting battle begins from today. 58 seats, 11 districts are going to poll from today. Remember that BJP has tried its best to woo Jat community. If you talk about Jat community, it has its influence on maximum number of seats. On the other side, what Mayawati did, it tried to influence its own voter base. That's Dalit. She started her campaigning from Agra, and after that, we also saw a series of campaigning being led by different political parties. In its manifesto,
Piyush, we're also going now to Shivani Sharma reporting from Ghaziabad. Shivani, what's at stake?
Hi, Crispino. The voting has just begun with Atul Garg, who happens to be the MLA also and a candidate also from BJP. Mr. Atul Garg has cast his first vote, and he says that he's since 71, since when he's voting, he happens to be the very first voter always. And he's talking to the media persons. Republic also exclusively had a word with Atul Garg, and he is here with the family. He has just given his word.
योगी सरकार में मंत्री अतुल गर्ग पहले वोटर रहे। सर, पहले वोट दे के आप क्या संदेश देना चाह रहे हैं?
मेरा मतलब यह है कि सबसे पहले वोट देने का एक तो आनंद भी मिला मेरे को। दूसरी बात यह है कि जल्दी से जल्दी अपना वोट दे करके हम बाकी लोगों को भी वोट देने के लिए प्रेरित कर सकते हैं, जिससे भारी मतदान हो।
5 की 5 सीट पिछली बार आपके पास थे, इस बार क्या उम्मीद है?
5 फिर जाएंगे।
सर, कोविड प्रोटोकॉल्स के बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे? जनता से क्या कुछ कहना?
प्रोटोकॉल के लिए सरकार ने पहले जो 1200 वोटर होते थे उसकी जगह 800 कर दिया है चुनाव आयोग ने, और जितनी जल्दी वोट डालेंगे उतना भीड़ भाड़ से बचेंगे।
और मुद्दों की अगर हम बात करें तो विकास के मुद्दे पर ही इस बार आप लड़ रहे हैं। इस बार ब्राह्मण कार्ड खेलने की भी कोशिश की है बसपा ने।
अब देश की राजनीति जातिवाद की राजनीति उग चुकी है। अब इसके अंदर विकास की राजनीति भी चल रही है, भ्रष्टाचार खत्म करने की राजनीति भी मुद्दा चल रहा है, और जो गरीबों के लिए जितनी भी योजनाएं आई हैं, तो अब की बार ये जो वोटर है, पहली बार लोगों को पता है कि गरीबों के लिए कितना काम किया जा सकता है।
So, Crispino, if we talk about the first phase of elections that has just begun in the Western UP side, there are around 58 constituencies, assembly constituencies in 11 districts where the polling has begun. 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. the polling will take place. And if I talk about Ghaziabad, where I am present right now, there are around 29 lakh voters who will be going into the polls today. If we show you the preparations regarding the COVID pandemic, there are all the 738 centers in Ghaziabad. There are these health workers who will be providing with masks and also hand gloves, and they are checking the temperatures of people. There have been special preparations by the Election Commission in pertaining to the COVID protocols also, and this happens to be the unprecedented election in India where 5 states are going into polls. UP happens to be the one that will be participating in all the 7 phases. And Ghaziabad Assembly constituency is one of the very important assembly constituencies because we see a tough fight
Shivani,
between
we're just going
BJP.
to go to Piyush now. Piyush reporting outside the Vidhan Sabha.
Well, Crispino, I would like to, I showed our viewers a picture that just opposite to Vidhan Sabha is the BJP headquarters of Lucknow. I'm inside the headquarters and you can see as to how few people had come to offer prayers. I would ask Anil to show you pictures. And after showing these pictures, I would also like to take in a word from the people who have come here to offer prayers because today voting begins and BJP is trying with its voters to reach out to go and vote in maximum numbers. आप सुबह आज यहाँ पूजा करने आए हैं, आज से वोटिंग भी शुरू हुए, क्या मानते हैं?
भगवान का आशीर्वाद देकर के हम लोग ये काम
100% है 100% जीतेंगे।
सीट्स की उम्मीद है
350 प्लस
350 प्लस बीजेपी तो कह रही है 300 से ज्यादा, आप 350 प्लस हैं।
350 प्लस
भगवान का आशीर्वाद पूरा बीजेपी के साथ है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल एकदम।
अच्छा, आप यहाँ पे आए पूजा करने के लिए, क्या और भी लोग आने की यहाँ पे उम्मीद है?
हाँ, और भी लोग आएंगे। अभी जैसे टाइम होगा 7-8 बजे तक और लोग आएंगे।
So very interesting picture which I am right now showing, Crispino. I am inside BJP headquarters and right opposite to this BJP office is Vidhan Sabha of Uttar Pradesh, and people have come here. Thank you so much. People have come here to offer prayers. Like I was showing to my viewers as to how, that's the Vidhan Sabha and it's just 100 feet away from the main entrance gate of Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters. Last time BJP was able to sweep the elections and enter into the gate number 1 of Vidhan Sabha with its chief minister. This time it will be very important to see if once again BJP will be able to form the government and enter inside Vidhan Sabha with its chief ministerial with its chief minister in hand. Though BJP is claiming that it will have more than 300 seats in its kitty, we'll have to wait and watch how the elections are going to turn. Today, our first phase of voting has begun. 58 seats.
So we're going to see how the voters and the numbers pan out to be the entire day. Republic TV, the channel reporting from the ground, getting our viewers all the latest. Aishwarya Kapoor from Mathura, Prakash Singh from Kairana, tracking Mriganga Singh, Priyanka Sharma, Baghpat. We have Piyush Mishra, Vidhan Sabha, Lucknow. We have Madhurima Mishra from Muzaffarnagar, Sumi, tracking the voters in Mathura. Abhishek Kapoor from Noida and Shivani from Ghaziabad. I'd like to go across to Priyanka now. Priyanka, it's a big morning, big election day for the voters there of Baghpat. What are you picking up right now?
Well, yes, Crispino, a very good morning to you and all our viewers. As the day has already come here where Uttar Pradesh, one of the biggest states and the most politically complex states, actually goes into voting today. We are reporting from Baghpat, where in fact, which is one of the smaller districts of Uttar Pradesh, but it has a lot more political relevance. In fact, first, let me get in a word from some of the first voters, in fact, who have already cast their vote. Sir, ये बताइए, अभी voting आप कर आ रहे हैं, निशान लगवा लिया अपने उंगली पे, किस तरह से पूरी प्रक्रिया की थी, किस तरह से पूरी व्यवस्था की गई है यहाँ पे कोविड को?
व्यवस्था बहुत अच्छी की गई है और यहाँ के सभी जो है कार्यकर्ता, स्कूल के भी, मैनेजमेंट के भी, प्रेस के भी और जितनी भी पुलिस स्टाफ है और सब कुछ अपना कार्य बहुत अच्छी तरह से कर रहे हैं और इनको अप्रिसिएशन देना चाहिए। इस धुंध के अंदर इतना अच्छा कार्य करते हुए ये काम कर रहे हैं और मैं भी अपनी वोट स्टार्टिंग में इसलिए करना चाहता हूँ कि बिल्कुल शांति में निश्चिंत होते हुए और विकास को देखते हुए, सुरक्षित देखते हुए, स्वस्थ देखते हुए इस टीम को आगे ले जाएं और आगे तक ही चलती रहे। तब तक ये कार्य करेगी, तब हम इसको वोट करेंगे। अगर जिस दिन कार्य नहीं करेगी उसी दिन को छोड़ देंगे।
Well, yes, you know, that is the enthusiasm of the voters here, Crispino. Let me show you the visuals of the model booth, in fact, where we're reporting from. This is the Inter-College Yamuna, in fact, where one of the very important candidates, in fact, that is Ahmed Hamid, who's also going to be here very shortly, we're being told, that he will come to cast his vote, which, of course, begs the question to be discussed with respect to the Jat community. That is going to be very, very important in this particular constituency, Crispino,
Right.
because we have seen how Baghpat is usually called as the Jat community epicenter of the Jat politics as well. We have seen how the reminiscence of Chaudhry Charan Singh, Ajit Singh, and also Jayant Chaudhry is very much eminent here, and we can see how there are several people who are already in the queue voting. They're waiting to cast their vote. One of the very first few voters, in fact, it is just 10 minutes since the voting has already started, and there are already people who are waving for our cameras, Crispino. You know, the enthusiasm here is very much palpable. We can see how there are people who have gathered here. And remember, it's extremely cold here, and that is when we have seen even early in the morning that all of these voters have already come here. And the preparations, of course, that have been done by the state government, by the election commission, I beg your pardon, the election commission, where they have in fact deployed several of the officials. They have deployed several of the police officers. They have made sure that there is arrangement for COVID as well that is being done. There are thermometer guns, there are sanitizers, there are masks that will be provided, there are gloves that have been kept here. So a lot of preparation that has been done to make sure that they in fact incubate this kind of enthusiasm of the voters that we are seeing here firsthand, Crispino. But of course, talking about the issues of this particular constituency with respect to the Jat politics, and of course the post-farmer agitation and the farmer protest that we will see, the level of anti-incumbency that we had been seeing for the BJP,
Right.
and the kind of dilemma, in fact, we have been seeing with respect to the Jat community and the Muslim vote base as well, is something that we will see the result of from this particular constituency, of whether the BJP has been able to overcome the kind of anti-incumbency that they had been facing, or whether they will have to work a
whether
little
or not
more
they
hard.
can overcome the anti-incumbency. Sumi Rajapan reporting from Mathura. Good morning to you, Sumi, and do take us through the trends on ground, the early voting scene there.
Very good morning to you too, and to all our viewers, Crispino. We are right now in the Giriraj Maharaji Mandir, where the State Power Minister Shrikant Sharma will come here to offer his prayers before casting his vote from this particular assembly seat, that is Govardhan. Remember, Mathura is one of the political hotbeds for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and in fact this particular constituency is very important for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because we had seen how the Bharatiya Janata Party had set the tone high by tweeting as to how they will develop Mathura after Ayodhya and Kashi Vishwanath. So this particular Mathura constituency is very important from that point of view. But before giving a sense of this particular situation and this particular scenario here, I would also like to go to the people as to what they think, who will return to power, and what issues pertains to this particular place. Sir, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मथुरा को भी अयोध्या और काशी विश्वनाथ के बाद डेवलप करने की बात कही है। आपको लगता है ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इशू है फॉर द पीपल ऑफ मथुरा?
विकास भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, मंदिर भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, जनता की मांग भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, और बीजेपी में सामर्थ्य है, सारे कामों को करेगी और विजय प्राप्त करेगी।
आपको लगता है श्रीकांत शर्मा जी ने अभी तक 5 सालों में वो काम किया है जो लोगों का डेवलपमेंट को आगे बढ़ाएगा?
ऐसे ऐसे कार्य किए हैं, ऊर्जा मंत्री हैं, इन्होंने जन जन को ऊर्जा दी है। जिन लोगों को ऊर्जा प्राप्त नहीं हुई है, विकास की, समाज की, मस्तिष्क की, बीजेपी उनको भी ऊर्जा प्रदान करेगी और सही मार्ग पर चल करके सबको सुख प्रदान करेंगे।
सुख प्रदान करेगी। सर, मैं आप पे आना चाहूँगी, जैसे कि वो कह रहे हैं कि बीजेपी ने पिछले 5 साल में काम किया है और बिल्कुल लोगों का डेवलपमेंट को माइंड में रख के काम किया है, लेकिन अयोध्या और काशी विश्वनाथ के बाद मथुरा को डेवलप करने की बात की जा रही है। किस तरह से आप इस पूरे पिच को देखते हैं?
देखो, पहली बात तो आपका ब्रजभूमि पर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मथुरा 3 लोग से न्यारी नगरी है। यहाँ पर हमारे माननीय ऊर्जा मंत्री जी ने जो विकास कार्य किए हैं वह तो अनुकरणीय थे, किंतु आज की जो विषम परिस्थितियाँ चल रही हैं देश और प्रदेश और वर्ल्ड में, मैं कह रहा हूँ उनको लेकर के आज बहुत जनता में एक बहुत बड़ी एक ऐसी जागृति आ रही है। वो निश्चित ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रत्याशी को बड़ी बहुमत से जिताएगी। तो आज देख रहे हैं आप एक हिजाब को इनको लेकर के हमारा विकास में तो अनुकरणीय काम है ही हमारे गोवर्धन, जो अभी तक ऐसे कार्य यहाँ पर नहीं हुए जो आज कार्य यहाँ पर हो रहे हैं। और हमारे विशेषकर तो हम ऊर्जा मंत्री जी की बात कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने तो कम से कम 25-30 साल तक की आगे की योजना को बना करके यहाँ पर एक जाल सा बिछा दिया है बिजली के, उनका मतलब बिजली घरों का
अच्छा विजन है उनका। आप अभी अपना वोट कास्ट करने जा रहे हैं, आप क्या मन में रख के जाने वाले हैं?
देखो ऐसा है, सबसे पहले आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। या मथुरा नगरी में मैं अपना वोट डालने बहुत टाइम निकाल के सुबह 5:30 बजे जग के सबसे पहले वोट डाल के फिर अपनी ड्यूटी जाऊंगा। अब कोई जीते, मेरा रावत जी को जिताना है बस।
जी जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। यहाँ पे आप हमारे व्यूअर्स को भी क्या इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेज देना चाहेंगे कि वोटिंग कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है?
देखो वोटिंग अपना लोकतंत्र है देश में, बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी। मैं तो कहता हूँ जितने भी लोग हैं सबको वोटिंग करनी चाहिए और सबसे पहले अपना ब्रेकफास्ट छोड़ के, नाश्ता करके छोड़ के वोटिंग के लिए जाना चाहिए, जैसे मैं आया हूँ।
Absolutely. Voting is very crucial to uplift the democracy and that's what the voters have been telling us. But this is the very mandir, the Giriraj Maharaji Mandir, where Shrikant Sharma will come here shortly to offer his prayers before casting his vote. Remember, Mathura has 5 assembly seats and here Shrikant Sharma has been the sitting MLA. He's also the state power minister and certainly there is a sense of anti-incumbency among the people against Shrikant Sharma, but people are also hailing his work that he has done in the last 5 years. There is also a strong competition given to him by the BJP, by the Congress candidate, I beg your pardon, by the Congress candidate Pradeep Mathur,
Right.
and also the SP candidate Devendra Agrawal is also in the fray. Both of them have been giving him a very tough competition. It is not going to be easy for the
Well,
Bharatiya
we are
Janata
going to
Party.
be tracking this action-packed day 1 of elections in UP. Many thanks to our reporters.